2 years ago, I traded a lot of orange juice. I made more than 1 million on the orange juice.
Pela primeira vez no Brasil, um podcast traz como convidado o fundador de uma corretora internacional. E além disso tudo, ele é trader. Antes de ter a corretora, ele já era trader. Eu tinha visto uma postagem dele comprado em ouro. Aí agora ele tá com a mão virada, ele virou a mão. Tá lá com um lote pequeno lá de 500 lotes de ouro vendido. Então assim...
For example, the setups that I have in trading, so if I would share these setups to your audience, I'm sure that some of them will be successful in 1.5 years. Those from your audience who think that like you enter the trading world and then in like first week you become successful, I have never seen anybody that has become successful over a very short period of time.
When was the last shit you did in the market? Do you still do bullshit after so many years of trading?
I've used the last 15 years the same indicators all over. So I use volume and volume profile. I use EMA. There are different levels. Like the first level is actually you have to be able to be break even. For the last year, I've been trading like 1,000 trades. At the end of the year, I was break even. To me, this is like a major achievement. My strategies are super simple. And what I've seen over the years as well is that like some of the traders that are more successful than I am, their strategies are also very simple.
Fala, meu jovem! Vamos começar mais um episódio do melhor podcast do mercado financeiro. E hoje tá tudo diferente aqui. Eu confesso pra você que hoje eu tô nervoso, assim como eu fiz o meu primeiro episódio. Aquele que você me viu lá, careca, feio, gordo, e agora você me vê aqui, bonito, rico, né? Enfim, mentiroso.
Magro, né?
Como vocês podem estar vendo aqui na câmera, né? Eu trouxe meu chaveiro de bolso hoje, meu amigo Rudá, né? E na verdade eu sou um puta interesseiro, porque no fim das contas, né? Eu trago esse cara porque ele tem uns insights legais, e hoje, né? O nosso convidado é gringo, né? E o Rudá entende inglês muito melhor do que eu. E a gente estava aqui discutindo, e agora? Vamos gravar espanhol, inglês, enfim, né? Porque o nosso convidado, ele fala umas 10 línguas, né? Aí eu trouxe o Rudazito, e também tem um outro convidado aqui que já vou mostrar para vocês, tá? Mas se você é novo no canal, inclusive, se inscreva. Tem um botão aqui embaixo, tá? Do lado esquerdo da sua tela, inscrever-se. Clica nesse botão, ativa as notificações para que você consiga receber as notificações dos nossos cortes e de todos os nossos episódios, beleza? E manda esse link, cara, de verdade. Agora eu tô falando sério. Hoje, pra gente é um dia muito marcante, porque pela primeira vez no Brasil, um podcast traz como convidado o fundador de uma corretora internacional. Hoje, é uma das maiores corretoras do mercado internacional, de CFD e também de Forex. E além disso tudo, ele é trader. Antes de ter a corretora, ele já era trader. E ele tem uma história muito bacana, totalmente em skin in the game, tá? E acompanhado aqui também, né? Que eu já trouxe para cá, o nosso amigo aqui, Bruno Huertas, que vai nos ajudar também aqui, né? Nessa empreitada aqui com o Illimar, né? E agradecer ao Rudazito por estar aqui mais uma vez. Quer dar um oi aí pro povo?
Boa, Vasco, obrigado. É um dia bem especial.
Não vai chorar, irmão.
A gente não. Hoje,
don't cry.
Hoje
oh my God, don't cry.
Ontem rolou umas lágrimas aqui.
Don't cry. Yeah, Murilo cries. Yes.
É um dia muito especial. A gente conseguir falar com um dono de corretora, que também é trader, que começou tudo como trader e manteve a carreira de trader, é um negócio meio fora da curva. Então a gente vai saber, por exemplo, números de dentro de uma corretora. Que tipo de sistema se mostra mais eficiente no longo prazo? Quem opera curto, quem opera longo? Quais as características que os números dizem? Quais são os traders mais que longevos, são lucrativos? Quais são os traders que morrem? São informações que, para quem ainda está tentando passar a arrebentação, é ouro.
Sim, e como ele opera, enfim, né? Além da gente falar dessa empreitada aí, que eu acho uma doideira absurda.
Total.
Né? Aí a gente hoje, como trader, fala assim, vamos abrir uma corretora pra nós. Tipo, oi? Abrir uma corretora? Como assim?
Não,
né?
Vai ter que trabalhar.
Do nada, né? Então, eu vou apresentar para vocês agora o nosso convidado. Só lembrando que essa dinâmica aqui, basicamente, tá? Nós vamos fazer perguntas em inglês. Ele também vai responder em inglês, tá? Vai estar legendado aqui, então você vai ver e fiquem tranquilos em relação a isso. E eu quero apresentar aqui primeiro um brasileiro, né, que é o Bruno Huertas, que está aqui com a gente. Obrigado por ter vindo, por ter aceitado o nosso convite nessa empreitada aqui, né? Já, inclusive, né? O pessoal, na verdade, já deve ter visto o seu episódio. Quando esse aqui for pro ar, a gente vai soltar o seu outro episódio, enfim. Gente, é um cara que saca muito de Forex, de CFDs, de mercado internacional e entende muito do nosso mercado também, do nosso mercado nacional. Então, ninguém melhor do que ele para estar aqui, até para nos ajudar aqui nesse bate-papo. Obrigado aqui por ter aceitado o nosso convite.
Vascão, é um prazer estar aqui. Rudá, Illimar, vai ser, acho que, muito interessante a gente fazer isso e trazer para a galera do Brasil uma perspectiva de fora, de quem tá fora faz um tempo e ajudar o pessoal. Obrigado também por você estar aqui.
Boa, tamo junto. Eu já ia falar inglês aqui. Eu tô todo gringolândia aqui, felizão, né? Ai, cara, vou falar inglês, né? E aqui, pessoal, do nosso lado aqui, do meu lado direito aqui, o Illimar Mattus. Illimar Mattus é fundador da Tickmill, tá? E, além disso tudo, é trader, né? Ele é um businessman, né? Ele tem outras empresas, outros negócios, enfim, e faz trade, e é impressionante. Depois eu vou mostrar para vocês, né, nos vídeos aí, né, o quanto ele é skin in the game, né? Agora há pouco eu peguei eu tinha visto uma postagem dele comprado em ouro. Aí agora ele tá com a mão virada, ele virou a mão, tá lá com um lote pequeno lá de 500 lotes de ouro vendido. Então, assim, a gente ama trader assim. Então, Illimar Mattus, thank you for accepting our invitation. It's a pleasure for us.
Thank you guys for inviting me. It's really a pleasure to be with you. And I almost cried when you didn't cry, because I actually realized that I understood most of the things that you were speaking in Portuguese. So hopefully next podcast in a few months we can do in Portuguese.
Fantastic. So the next invitation is for São Paulo, for Brazil, and he must speak Portuguese.
That's great. Okay.
No, I do it right now. Vasco is invite you. He will invite you and your family.
Yeah.
First class, not business. First class.
Yeah.
Thank you, Vasco.
The best hotel.
I think they don't have first class to Brazil.
No,
right?
No,
don't have, né?
No, maybe it has in Lufthansa. You have to connect or to Dubai.
Economic.
Economic.
No, at business.
No, that's fine. After Dubai, he can come straight to Brazil.
Yeah. You go to Dubai at September? October?
Probably, yes.
Yeah?
Probably.
Okay. So, that's great. We can record again in Portuguese.
Yes.
Vasco,
imagine recording in Portuguese in Dubai.
Eu vou falar uma coisa pra vocês. Ele é ousado, viu? Ele é bem ousado, assim, né? Ele quer gravar o podcast em português. Eu tô aqui passando vergonha com o inglês. O cara falando, daqui a pouco eu aprendo esse português de vocês aí. Falei, caralho, tá bom, tá ótimo. Rudazito, vamos começar então essa parada aqui?
Bora. Vamos.
Como vocês sabem de casa, a gente sempre começa pela história, né? Por como ele começou no mercado, basicamente. So, Illimar, how you ignited this passion for the market? You have parents that are at the stock markets? It's a trader or not? You are the first. Remember, só lembrando aqui, o Illimar, ele é gêmeo, tá? Ele tem um irmão que se chama Ingmar. Você acha que é só no Brasil que os pais são criativos, né? Que chama um de, tipo, as minhas vizinhas lá chamavam Luana e Lorena. Não, é Ingmar e Illimar, né? Eles são os dois fundadores da Tickmill, tá? So, that's it. Come on.
I mean, it's interesting that I think my mother and father, they don't really understand what I'm doing or my brother is doing. So definitely we are not from the family of traders or investors or bankers or anything. So I'm from very simple family. So originally from a very small village in Estonia, which has nothing to do with financial markets or trading or futures or options. Even today, like if you go there and talk to people, they don't understand. A lot of people don't understand this. So beginning, very very humble beginning, and my kind of passion with the financial markets actually started by looking at some movies, like trading movies with like Michael Douglas, Wall Street, and some others. and which to me opened up like this, created a dream. Because I wanted to like get out from the village. I always have had this like entrepreneurial spirit in me, that I always like in the high school we were doing discos and different events, and I've always had this entrepreneurship and financial markets and trading. When I saw like on TV Wall Street, these high-rise buildings, the ticker tape going there, the charts, everything. It just drew my attention from the very beginning. And to be honest, like even today, after like being many years in the trading industry, I still love the markets. I just like the opportunities, the challenges that it presents, and the fact that like when you enter the market right now, for example, then you are not competing or against like some guys from like some village or something. You're trading with some of the smartest minds in the world, like with hedge funds, with like proprietary traders, with banks. Like, so it's like it's like a venue where the brightest minds of the world work. And they connect with each other, because if you take like hedge funds today, most of the hedge funds who they hire, mathematicians, PhDs in physics, in chemistry, from science, basically. So that's like the level of people that you are competing against, like, and trying to capture this profit from that market. It's like the greatest challenge of all times. That's how I see it.
Okay. Can you?
Could you tell us this beautiful story about the newspaper, the financial newspaper, when you started and you went to the bank to open an account? The money from the college.
Yeah, so
I saw something about it that was very beautiful.
So I was like 13 or 14 years old when I saw like the movie Wall Street, and I had this like the spark in my head about financial markets. And then I asked my mother, like, listen, can you subscribe to this daily business newspaper? I was like 13, 14 years old. And she subscribed to the newspaper. In our village, there were only like 2 subscribers. One was the owner of the only shop in the village. And then the other was my mother. And I still remember like this excitement that when the school ended every day, and this excitement, I didn't rush to like football field or like go out with a bike. I rushed home because I knew that there it's going to be this fresh purple color daily financial newspaper. And I just started reading, and to me, like, everything seemed so interesting. Like some companies acquired other companies, some companies went bankrupt, some like commodity prices went really high, and I started really absorbing a lot of information there. And so a few years later, when I finished the high school, I was 18. And my mother took the loan from the bank to pay for the first year in the university. I took half of that money, which was I think like $600 or $700, and went to the bank and purchased some shares. And at that time, like just to give perspective to your community members as well, that like we didn't have like some smartphone that you checked like real time what are the prices. So what I had was the physical newspaper of yesterday. I went to the bank and said that, listen, I want to buy this stock right here. And the bankers, so in the bank office, they didn't have also like the screens with charts and real time market. So they called to the head office, and 30 minutes later they got back a price that, listen, the price is this. Do you want to take it? And I didn't have any reference point. Is it good price or bad price? It said, it's good price probably. So let's take it. So imagine the level of technology or lack of technology in 1997 compared to now, when people have real-time market data, real-time news, charts, hundreds of indicators, algorithms, all of this in their phone.
Yeah.
And my start was completely different.
That was your very first trading?
Yes, August 1997.
1997?
1997. I was 18 years old.
Fantástico.
Yeah, 18 years. So,
alguns dos telespectadores aqui
não tem 28 anos de idade.
Não tem 28
Não, a maioria.
Vivos,
vários, vários não tem 28 anos de idade. Até se você olhar nossa faixa, nosso público
Você tinha acabado
geral.
de nascer, né, cara?
Tinha. Eu tinha...
Eu nasci um ano antes.
Ah, tá.
I was born one year early.
Ok, yeah.
96.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, com certeza.
Do you remember which company was this one?
So it was a bank which later became a Danish bank, Danske Bank acquired, but at that time the bank name was actually Forex Bank. Which was really strange because later on in my life, I actually moved into the FX and Forex trading as well. So that was the name of the bank.
Did you close this position already?
So fast.
The interesting story was that so this stock, next day I checked the stock price on the same newspaper and the stock was up 2.5% somewhere there. I was super happy. And I remember because I didn't have a computer, so I drew on the paper that what if the next 10 days this stock will go up 2.5%. And I was wow, investing is so easy. I just bought the stock, it's up already. And in 10 days I will have this amount of money. What really happened was, so the second day, the market started going down because in 1997 we entered the Asian crisis. There was Asian currency crisis. There was Russian default. So the financial market started going down. So I actually bought this stock at the height of the market before the crash. And a few months later, I closed out and I lost 50% of the investment.
Okay, 50%.
Okay.
That's the first one.
That's the first one.
My first trade, I lost 50% of that.
Which to me was difficult in that sense that as I had read this newspaper, I did some financial analysis on my notebooks at the home. I really, when I entered this first trade, I had this perception that, listen, I know everything. I've done so much analysis. I know all this fundamental analysis, some technical analysis, etc. I felt that I know it all to be successful. And then you got a hit that which was actually a very strong hit, and it put me down emotionally quite a lot actually. That I'm not actually a good trader. So what do I have to do to become a good trader?
Ok.
Fantástico.
Inclusive, né, gente, olha só, no primeiro dia ele teve a sorte do principiante, né, the lucky newbie. E depois deu ruim, né, no segundo dia, enfim, comum, né? Parece assim, parece a história de quem tá ouvindo, né? Parece a nossa história, né? De todo mundo.
Exato.
Mas é engraçado que basicamente todo mundo começa igual, então.
Sim.
Não depende se você é dono de uma corretora, não. Se
você tá na Estônia, se você tá no Alabama, ou seja lá onde você estiver, né? Boa.
One thing I want to add here is that, which I think is interesting, is that those from your audience who think that you enter the trading world and then in first week you become successful, I have never seen anybody that has become successful over a very short period of time. And I always like to give one example. So the most successful hedge fund of all time in the world is Renaissance Technologies. And started by Jim Simmons. So they were not successful for the first few years. So they had some strategies that were winning occasionally, but a lot of the strategies did not make money. And this is an example to you that even the most successful guys today, when they originally started in trading in the investment world in general, they did not have success. In fact, most of the guys that you look like Paul Tudor Jones, the first few years they were not successful. they were there to learn and get experience from other good traders to become good eventually themselves as well. And this is like the journey everybody should expect to go through when they enter the trading world.
Even Jesse Livermore took him 5-6 years.
Yeah.
Once he went to New York, took him a couple of years to
get profitable.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is a long road.
Yeah. Look, and who did you learn from? What's the history? I know that have a good history about your learning.
So when I went to the university, like in 1997, actually started first year in the university in the capital city, Tallinn, Estonia. The university actually had quite a lot of like books about like derivatives trading, stock trading, investing, financial analysis, fundamental analysis, etc. And I tried to read as much as possible. And then what was interesting and where also like the concept of having a community comes about is that in the university I discovered that there are actually other students as well in the university that had tried investing, trading, etc. And we kind of started hanging out together. I learned something from them. They learned something from me. And by the way, what I discovered is that sometimes some of the best advice you can get actually from the guys who are not successful. You learn like why they are losing money or what are the failures they had on the market, and you try to reverse it. What not to do while trading the markets. And then from fellow students, from some professors there, and then I met actually one guy through my brother Ingmar, who was trading a lot of like options, futures options, and this guy who had worked in some US banks. So this guy was very, very helpful talking about the options in general, like how the big proprietary trading firms, how they are working and how they are making money. So in short, to have a community, to have somebody next to you that is smarter than you in trading. And always have this like open mind and like I mentioned earlier, when I go to like a birthday party, there are 30 guys. One of the guy happens to be a trader. I will spend the whole evening talking to this guy because God knows what sort of special like strategy or indicator, whatever he has, just to like absorb as much information as possible up until today.
I used to say, and I talked to Vasco a lot about it, that one of the characteristics a trader has is to be curious.
Yeah.
Always to look for something. What do you think about it?
I think it's absolutely correct. So I have this curiosity, and I don't know if it's like coming from the trading, but in general, I have this natural curiosity. Like, for example, when I see something happening, like in real life, I try to understand why it's happening in this place. Like when I have like, I meet somebody that is working in a completely different industry, I try to understand like how his industry is working, like how the company actually makes money. Where do you actually get these products? Like why you get these products from like Vietnam and not in China? So I always have this like curiosity, understanding how the things in the world work and why they work exactly this way. And trading to me is like connecting different dots and trying to make sense of this information flow that we have around us to make better decisions in trading. That's all what it's about. And one example, for example, is that 2 weeks ago, so I went long crude oil. Why I went long crude oil?
Yeah.
Because Trump was tweeting that, this Iran thing is really like bad. I guess we should intervene, or maybe Israel should intervene, etc. So there were like day after day, like the signs were building that something is about to happen. And then one day they pulled out guys from their embassies, I think in Bahrain or somewhere there, and like the signs were already building there. So you have to be like open-minded and absorb as much as information and then try to connect the dots.
So you took this trade.
Yeah, we took.
Oh, we also took the same trade.
Yeah.
You stole my trade.
Yeah.
I took on Monday.
A little bit.
I don't know when you take it.
Yeah.
But actually, we don't see so much news. I don't see news at all.
Yeah.
I just saw a head and shoulder. It went up, and then I called Vasco on Sunday night. Midnight.
I'm entering. I'm buying. I'm buying
Vasco,
oil.
I'm buying crude oil.
Yeah.
Wake up! I'm buying crude oil.
Yeah.
So the best trade I actually have done the last week. The US hit this B2 bombers hit over the weekend. So the Friday before, I bought 30 call options on WTI crude oil, 75 strike.
Whoa.
The options expired on Monday, and I was talking to one of my friends, and he asked that, "Are you stupid or what? Like, why are you buying on Monday? Because you have just 3 days to the expiry, and they expire first." So Monday night, crude oil opened at 77.5. So there was like $2.50 immediately in the profit. Close the thing and continue sleeping because I woke up at 1 o'clock.
That's great. Quando eu te falo que você tem que operar mercado de opções, I told him you need to learn to trade the stock options.
Options market.
Yeah, options market. Yeah. She's he's a guy that just operates the futures, and the options are a great markets. And look, we, for example, he bought oil on Sunday. On Sunday. Né? On Monday, né? I buy it. Né? I wait a gift at the graphic because I don't trust so much.
It's not a clear sign if it comes from Duda.
It's not so much good. And
I'm not used to make so much money.
And I entered on Thursday, quinta-feira?
Thursday.
On Thursday, I get out. I have defined a short target. We pay 2 for 1, 2.5 for 1, and I get out. He's 2. At Friday, at Thursday at night at Brazil, I'm reading the news. For example, Israel. Oh my God, I don't believe in it. The graph, the price, boom.
But you know something? How did you feel? Because when you close a position and the market goes in your favor,
he didn't have time because I was calling him. Hey,
stupid guy.
Did you close, right?
Yeah.
Did you close seu mão de alface?
Como é que chama?
Lettuce hand.
Yeah, your lettuce hand. Yeah.
No, because he closed the trade one day before.
The bombs.
Yeah.
And I was holding.
So you closed on Friday,
Yeah, no,
on Thursday.
I was on Thursday. So on the evening of Thursday. Thursday evening.
I bought the call options at 75 strike like few hours before the close on Friday.
Why you don't tell me?
You didn't have you didn't know each other.
And you know what's really interesting is that like what I've seen on the markets, and this is really like crazy, is that very often when there are like these geopolitical events or like something is like materially wrong in the market, then Fridays present like a good opportunity for these kind of trades, for the gaps on Sunday.
Did you notice that the big events
happened during the weekend?
We say that
the geopolitical
every week we say this in our trading room.
Yeah, because
the big things they happen on a weekend. Everybody has money in the stock market. Come on. Nobody wants a gap. Against your position, nobody wants.
You asked me about the how do you feel? I feel Right, great. Because after many years,
it's part of the job.
You learn that you need to have a plan. You plan the trade and trade the plan. So I do it.
Okay.
And we use these facts to laugh. We laugh. We laugh. He calls me. Oh my God! Did you see the oil flow? No,
but this is maybe something that you have or we have to say to the traders, because sometimes when I talk to them, they're very furious and they are doing like things like I will or open another position. That's something very common.
Yeah.
No, let me try to enter now. Yeah. After you lost the entry price. Or let me say bye-bye to the markets. I don't want to trade anymore.
That's perfect.
And not all of these sensations are fair, are good to feel.
Yeah.
So this is something that maybe when the audience listen, it's the first idea that you can have, about that. You have to learn from your mistakes. Yeah. You have to learn from your mistakes and understand that the market is like that. Yeah. You make money sometimes, you lose money sometimes.
And it's okay.
It's part of the thing. Yeah. It's part of trading. Making money and losing money and know how to lose money. It's a very it's very important to know how to lose.
Have one thing that I said to Ruda and I talked to my mentorship, my como é que eu falo mentorado, sei lá.
To my classroom.
Yeah, to my class that look, you open a position and for anyway, you close the position. After
for any reason,
you close the position. The market will continue. Okay,
market will not stop because you close
if you are
position.
No, I'm buyed and my targets, I will close the position. The market won't stop.
Yeah,
or they will stay flat, or down or up. And
there's no other.
If all the times that you close a position, you stay. Oh my God!
Perhaps
I closed so early. Oh my God! No, you need to have a plan and follow the plan. That's it. No?
But it's hard to have a plan, eh?
No, okay. And a good plan, because a bad plan will be never a bad plan.
We can do it now. A bad plan, we can do it now.
E aí tem uma parada que eu vou perguntar para ele da teoria de Down. Que eu acho muito interessante. Look, 5 days before the event of the Friday, the graphics at minus our graphics was indicating a buy on the WTI. At Tickmill XTI.
XTI.
Yeah. And we... Okay, so let's buy.
A very clear signal.
A very clear signal. Very, very clear signal.
A
classic signal.
Technical signal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Our traders in the trading room, they also took the trade.
Yeah.
Because on Monday morning, when we opened the trading room, the prices were actually a little bit under the entering point. So some of them got in a better price than me. We are talking about a daily chart.
Yeah.
Okay. So it was completely fine.
Yeah. And we do this, né? We do it. We catch many charts, many tickers, and
gas,
analyze
gold, silver, some pairs as well. USD cards. We did a few things.
Yeah. And I want to know what you think about. Have a principle of Charles Dow that said the price discount everything except the acts that came from God. I'm not saying it. I believe
Down theory.
Theory.
Dow theory. Yeah. Do you agree with the term? Because, man, I stay thinking.
You mean that if something happens, it happens because of somebody there? Yes.
No, that the chart knows what will happen. Yeah. The chart doesn't tell you exactly what will happen, but shows you that something will happen.
I think there's like this endless debate always will be like whether news creates the market or whether market creates the news. Like my fundamental belief is that the news follow the market. So the market reflects something that is already going to happen, but before. So if you take like, for example, this specific crude situation, there were signs couple of days already that something was building on
cooking,
the market.
no? Something was cooking.
And because if you look at the chart, like on like 1 hour or 4 hour as well, it's just without any retracement, it was like being bought up. Like, of course, Trump made some like these tweets as well, etc. But the market knew that something is about to happen, and so I think that markets knows before the news are happening.
Então os preços descontam tudo.
Yeah. So if we go with this idea, so everything is in the price.
Yeah.
Almost everything is in the price.
Yeah.
So if you wake up and you turn on your desktop and your monitors, your screens, so you have to figure out what is going to happen the next days with the price you have actually. So if everything is in the price, you have to understand what are the next moves. But I can imagine how hard it is.
But of course, like there is this I think you mentioned that you don't follow the news. I do follow the news, and quite often from that perspective that news are distorting the market. And for example, some of the trades that I do intraday, like when I know that like 2 hours from now, like the Federal Reserve interest rate decision is coming out, I'm not gonna trade it. Like I avoid trading. So when there are like news events, then I try to be out of the market. Like
especially for intraday, right?
For intraday specifically, because of course the interesting thing is that if you look at like the big economic announcements like interest rates, the market generally already moves in the direction where it's going to be going after the news announcement as well. So the market positions usually on the right side, while most of the retail traders, they position themselves on the wrong side. So so this is like my advice also to like some of the traders out there, that I always try to do the opposite of what the ordinary retail traders are doing. So when you look at the market sentiment, for example, like the positioning, are they short euro dollar or long? Like when I enter the market, I try to go to the other side of the market.
Against the market sentiment.
Against the retail traders sentiment, because the guys on the street, most of the time, they are wrong.
Man, that's great.
That's great, and that's
gosta. Galera vai gostar.
I'm thinking here, if the most of the retail traders, their sentiment are wrong, from where they are getting this sentiment? You know, from where?
So they are not getting the sentiment. So like what is really interesting is that so I like to give this umbrella example. So imagine we are all 4 out here and we have umbrellas. When it's going to start raining outside right now, we're going to take the umbrellas out and we're going to go with umbrella out. So what is happening on the trading world, it's actually complete opposite. So when the market, when the retail traders see that like the trend is up, so effectively it's raining already. They don't take out the umbrellas, they go without umbrellas straight into the rain, thinking that it's gonna stop exactly the same moment that they enter the outside. And so they are always like positioning themselves against the trend because they think that they are smarter than the market. That's the fundamental flaw of a lot of traders. They always go against the trend. So for example, from the brokerage side, we see that when gold moves up $20, like really fast in 1 hour. So what most of our clients are doing?
Shorting.
because they think that, okay, it went up $20 already. Probably now it's going to start retracing, etc. Sometimes it does retrace, but if the fundamental move is such a strong move and it's up, well, then the market is going to go up. So what I do in that case, I'm looking for retracements. I don't enter the buy after $20 move. I look for retracements to some key technical levels, and then I go to the
We're talking about a pullback.
Exactly.
You wait for the pullback.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So I start to understand a little bit your style of trading. So once that back in college, you start studying and talking to people and reading books. My very first question, I always talk to Vasco about it, that to building a trade system, it takes time. It's not something that you do in weeks.
Yeah.
It's something that so many traders do for life and they don't get the answer. So how long did it take you to build your system? And can you tell us a little bit of your system right now as a trader? What do we see in your screen, or what do you see in your screen, and how do you do things? I understood that you try to follow the trend. You are a trend follower, so you don't want to buy the top back to the moving average. You prefer to wait the pullback and to get the exits of the pullback. Can you tell us a little bit about the process?
So I use for example a lot. So there are different strategies. Like one of the strategies could be intraday, the others could be swing couple of weeks, and then there could be months, etc. So for example, I can walk you through some of the trades that I have open right now. So I'm short cacao. Since April, when cacao hit 12,000 level, and why I went short was for two reasons. So one reason was that because I've been trading cacao for many years, so I know in the industry people who are producers of cacao. So I called to the largest producer of cacao is a country in Africa which is called Ivory Coast. And I happen to know one of the guys who works in the industry there. So I called the guy, asked, listen, again, cacao is at 12,000. It was at 12,000. There was a huge pullback then, and we are again at 12,000. So tell me now, do you guys again this season have a problem delivering cacao? And he said, no, we don't have this problem.
Oh, that's it.
And so that was the one thing, and the other thing why.
Let me see the chart here.
and the other thing why I went short cacao was that so I look a lot on the futures options market. There is an open interest of futures options contracts. And it happens to be such a way that when you look at the large block trades of options, then these large block trades come from very large hedge funds who know more than any of us in this room now. So when cacao was hitting 12,000 in April, you could see that throughout a few week time period, huge blocks of put options expiring in a couple of months were bought in cacao. And now is the question, who buys 5,000 contracts of cacao puts with a 3-month expiry? Definitely they are not some producers or hedgers or etc. This is such a cacao open interest for the front contract right now is 40,000 contracts in futures. So who buys 5,000 contracts of put options with a 3-month expiry?
Yeah.
So you call to the industry, you call to you look at the open interest on the market, you look at the seasonality because sometime in the summer the cacao starts hitting the market, and then you have a very high probability that the market is going to go down, which it has been going down for a couple of months already. And this is one setup, a longer few month swing that I do in this commodities market. Short term, for example, intraday, I look only 5-minute chart. I look at like key technical levels, like where there is enough supply and demand on the market. So on a 5 minute chart, the market seems to be diverting around this key supply and demand levels. And I look at that, okay, what is the underlying trend on the market on the 4/8 or one day chart? So the underlying trend in euro dollar, for example, yesterday I was just talking to Morila, underlying trend in euro dollar is bullish for a couple of months already. So then I start looking on the 5 minute for the pullbacks and look for potential entry points. Where the pullbacks usually end? Here's the question. In my case, what I look is this crossover of 200 EMA on 5 minutes of 200 SMA, because when EMA is an exponential moving average, it's much more reactive. So when the EMA pushes through the SMA 200 SMA, it gives you an indication that the pullback is over. And you have a very high probability. Why? Because underlying trend on euro dollar is bullish. You see it on the daily, on the weekly, etc. The pullback on the 5 minute has reached a level which is a key level where you see that historically the last few weeks the market participants, large ones, enter with a buy and this sold. And you have a 200 EMA just crossed 200 SMA. So you have three like indicators basically telling you that, okay, high probability that the market is going higher.
Let me ask a question. But before asking a question, I will tell you an interesting story about Illimar. My question will be what indicators you use on your graphics, because I saw a lot of clients that sometimes they send me photos of their setups. And there are like 4 screens and it looks like a Christmas tree with a lot of lights and things coming and going. And it's interesting. And the first time I came to Madrid to see Illimar, he was like working in his office and he had just one laptop. One laptop.
Oh my God.
No extra screen. The first time. The second time I came, he had an extra monitor, an extra screen. And he was very happy, but very, very happy. like a child when you gives them some gift, you know. So no, man, look what Roxana bought, the assistant. I have an extra screen now. I'm thinking about, man, this guy is trading, working. He has a broker and other companies, and he had one screen only. And he has now I can see charts and I can work at the same time. So man, it was like 2 years ago, and he trades for many years. And I thought, man, and I see clients that they are trading with $1,000 and they have a lot of screens and a lot of information. So in the end, my question is, how many indicators do you have in the graphic?
So I've used the last 15 years the same indicators all over. So
last 15 years.
So I use volume and volume profile. I use EMAs 25, 55, 200, and I use also 200 SMA for the 5 minute that I just talked about crossover. I use sometimes RSI, very rarely, because it's like it creates a lot of confusion and oftentimes it's not correct.
Yeah, that's the point. That do you think that sometimes having a lot of information in the news and the graphics can make a turmoil in your trading idea, or no? It's okay to have everything.
So my setups are very, very simple setups. What I have, I don't need like a lot of indicators for that. I know like a couple of guys who have like 400 indicators on the same chart. You barely see the chart.
You can even see the candles.
But it's like my strategies are super, super simple. And what I've seen over the years as well is that like some of the traders that are more successful than I am, their strategies are also very simple. It's like in 5 minutes they can explain explain their strategy.
There is something very interesting about that. Jorge Paulo Lemann from the Ambev. He played tennis for many years, and he was the owner of the one bank in Brazil, Banco Garantia in Brazil, and he says that in the tennis there is something called mucha ropa, poco juego. That it's a guy who arrives in the field to play tennis, and here's Lacoste. He's with the best racket. He's with the best things, the best. And when he goes to the field, it was like very bad player.
Yeah.
And you see a guy coming with an old tennis, a very old T-shirt, and playing a lot. You know, so sometimes I see the same in the trading, that you have guys with a lot of setups, a lot of things, and their strategy in the end are very bad. And when we listen to Illimar that he's trading for the last I don't know how many years, and he says, no, I have a very simple strategy. So it's very interesting to listen about that.
I just try to keep my trading very simple and to not have interference and noise in my trading. And if I have let's say 300 indicators in the same time, if I have 50 screens, and all these lights and etc., it would confuse me so much. So I'm just looking on the markets. When I trade, I look for very specific setups. I know over the years how these setups eventually would play out. What's the probability there, and this is what I'm using. When there is no setup, I don't trade.
Okay.
And so this kind of the strategy helps you to avoid making mistake. When there is no setup, you can't trade. So I don't do this, that, for example, gold moves up $20 and I just jump short. Why would I short it if it goes up $20?
Yeah.
So, simplicity.
Olha como isso é engraçado, né? Parece até meio combinado, né? Mas não é, porque as pessoas já acompanham aqui o podcast há muito tempo, né? Uma coisa que a gente bate muito na tecla, né? Para você que tá em casa aí, é que, cara, os melhores traders, os que estão vivos, os que são lucrativos, os que superam as adversidades do mercado financeiro, eles tradam simples. Não é aquela loucura, não é aquela... Claro, tem
engenharia da NASA.
70 indicadores, né? Não é o robô da NASA, né? Não é um setup mágico, né? Para você ver como o Illimar basicamente, né? Que ele já mencionou aqui, o quanto ele também fica atento aos detalhes macro. Né? Aos fundamentos, né? E aí depois ele pode ir para o gráfico, inclusive, e falou, pô, peraí. Né?
Mas isso, você acha que tem uma briga muito grande, vocês dois que estão no front aí, entre os fundamentalistas e os técnicos?
No Brasil existe. Porque normalmente os dois perdem dinheiro.
Okay. Aí é uma coisa que complementa a outra.
Sim. Não, mas aí no Brasil existe porque, primeiro, o nosso mercado é muito pequeno. Né? Segundo que, assim, o cara do buy and hold, ele é fundamentalista. E ele diz que, essa coisa de gráfico, essas coisas, isso é coisa de trader. E isso não funciona.
Okay.
No Brasil, a cabeça é essa. Os analistas, os grandes analistas fundamentalistas, etc., enfim, falam muito sobre isso. Só que a verdade é que no Brasil, principalmente, o cara que está posicionado, a não ser que esteja posicionado em 1970, igual o Barsi, né? Eles estão perdendo dinheiro. Essa é a verdade. É só você olhar a performance dos fundos.
Não, que é horrível.
É horrível.
Anos.
Então, assim,
4, 5 anos.
É cheio de gestores muito inteligentes.
Mas de resultado?
Mas pouco inteligentes para ter resultado.
Entendi.
Muito inteligente para os fundamentos e pouco inteligente to make money, né? Para fazer dinheiro. We have a joke in Brazil that the trader who has many monitors dreams of earning per inch. Yeah.
What is that? I didn't
Que a gente brinca que no Brasil, o trader que tem muito monitor, ele sonha em ganhar por polegada.
He wants to make money per inch.
A gente pega aluno que tem 6 monitores. Né?
No, I see a lot of them. I see a lot of clients with that.
6 monitors, 7 monitors. Fala, you want to win per inch.
I mean, I know some guys also that have are successful and have also many monitors. So of course there are differences in. But these guys have traded for many years and they need these monitors for specific reasons. for an average guy there out there, like who wants to start trading today and become successful, I think it makes sense to avoid going too much into these purchases of these 15 monitors, etc. Like first have one monitor and try to, think of a strategy or a setup that actually works. And try to embed it in your head and just follow this setup.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. We have, né? Nós temos. I have two monitors, but one is bigger. Rudá have 3.
Yeah, I have 3, but one is just to show to the two.
To watch movies.
Yeah.
One is to see YouTube.
Yeah,
One
it's to see. Yeah.
Não, because I like. Eu gosto dos números ímpares, 3 por isso. Ou é 1 é 3.
Ok, O que você fala?
Olha só. Olha que interessante. Ele entregou já um sistema pronto.
Sim.
Que ele é um gráfico semanal, vai pro diário, vê a tendência, cai pro 5 minutos, olha lá, suporte e resistência. Quando bate num suporte, ele já está procurando por uma compra. Sim. Ele não está procurando por venda, está procurando por uma compra. E ele espera chegar numa área interessante e olha aquelas 200, quando tem um cruzamento, o cara está em posição.
Parece um pouco com quem? Parece um pouquinho com o que a gente faz, né?
Cara, é exatamente o que a gente faz.
Né? Que a gente pega no pé, inclusive, né? Fala, não fica olhando só os 5 minutos, começa do semanal, vai lá pro mensal, começa no...
Claro,
entendeu? Mensal, semanal, diário, ok? Né?
Vai de cima para baixo, e aí até o seu gatilho de entrada, que é só isso, é só um gatilho de entrada. O segredo não tá nos 5 minutos, o segredo tá na forma de você pensar e escalonando até você chegar naquele momento.
Exatamente.
Eu acho que vale a pena a gente perguntar.
Vamos fingir que ele não está entendendo, porque ele entende tudo que a gente fala.
Ele está entendendo tudo, mas faz de conta que não.
Cara, né? Estou falando, né?
Cara, ele deve saber, por estar dentro de uma corretora, quais são as características de trader perdedor
e do vencedor.
Ele deve ter a opinião que ele construiu durante a vida e a opinião dos números.
Com certeza.
So I think if let's put them into 2 groups. So like the successful ones and not successful ones. To a large extent, they do the opposite things. So let's start from the ones that lose money. So they always go against the trend. So they go out when it's raining.
When it's raining, no umbrella.
No umbrella. They think that exactly this moment I am shorting, the market will drop. And the probability is against them, like always is against them. They don't have mostly stop loss orders. They never use it. And why they don't use the stop loss orders is because they think that they know more than others do, so they are not wrong when they enter the market. So when they enter the trade, they know they are right. So why would they need a stop loss order?
Yes, of course, I'm right.
Because they went to an academy, they had one class, and they know something about Bollinger Bands and whatnot. So,
é foda, mas é verdade.
Boston. Mas é assim.
So the third one I would say is that like over trading, like they try to trade too much in terms of the time, like throughout the day they just trade and they trade too many asset classes. So they have no focus on any asset class. They just look at the screen or 4 screens, whatever they have. This one is going up, okay, short. This one is also going up, okay, short. Like so they're just like jumping from like grasshoppers, they jump from one field to another. They don't know like what they are really doing. And the most important thing, what I would say is that they don't have a strategy. You can't imagine, like when I talk to a lot of like traders, and when I ask, please explain to me like in a few minutes, like what is your strategy?
In 1 or 2 minutes.
So usually the answer is this, that listen, like I can't explain to you my strategy because it's my strategy, which means
Top
that
secret.
he doesn't really have a strategy. And the other thing is that he starts explaining, but I understand after few sentences that he really doesn't have a strategy. And whereas a good trader, so let's now move to the good traders.
Okay.
So the good traders, and starting from the main thing, a good trader is able to explain to me in 3 to 5 minutes, simple words, what his strategy is.
Okay.
Where he enters, why he enters, and where he exits and why he exits, and where does he put the stop losses and take profits. He's able to explain it in 3 to 4 minutes, which means that he has like a setup. He knows what he's doing, you know. Obviously, you know, they focus on some markets. They mostly embrace the trend. They don't go against the trend. They try to use the trend for their benefit. And they always have stop losses.
You don't imagine, guys. Sometimes I see one client calls us and the broker and says, "Oh, okay, I have some doubt," and we go to the trading statement, and it's like 40, 50 positions in a day in 10 different assets, 10 different instruments. So imagine how hard is to manage the risk of all these positions. So because you were talking about that, Ruda, and I was thinking here because I'm not so experienced as you, so maybe some traders or some clients will feel the same that I'm feeling now, because you say, okay, very nice. I see the setups, I see the trend, I see the pullback, and I decided to open my position. Mm-hmm. Okay. I think that the party starts after that as well, because my question to you all is, how do you manage the risk of this position? Where do you know where to put the stop loss? Because I see that most Illimar has an opinion about what he sees, and he's a very professional trader. My opinion is what I see clients doing. Yeah. And sometimes it's very different about the feeling I have and the feeling a trader has, a professional trader has. And what I see is that many of them no stop loss, or many of them with wrong stop loss. No idea about where to put that.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you decide that? How do you guys decide where to put the stop loss? What do you see? Very short answer.
Yeah, technically, because if you buy, for example, for graphics, mm-hmm. have a point of the graphic that if the price stay, mm-hmm. O motivo,
the reason,
the reason of the buy don't.
Não tem uma razão mais para a posição estar aberta.
No. É isso. Então, for example, it's very common on Brazil, the graphics mm-hmm. use a stop loss at, okay, I buy, I will put my stop loss at the last support. Okay. For example, and it can be correct or not.
No, of course, it doesn't matter. But you have a strategy.
Yeah, okay. You need to have a strategy, because in graphics, the weight of the stop loss mm-hmm. isn't you that decide. The market decide. You just you just set up. You just mm-hmm. adjustment. Make an adjustment.
The market tells you. The graphics tells you where the stop loss must be.
Yeah. The stop loss is here. Also, what's the weight and what's the o tamanho dessa porra?
Mm-hmm. The size of the stop loss.
Yeah, the size of the stop.
Of the loss.
And you decide the size of your position.
Okay.
That's how we do. Do you want to stay?
No, actually, the decision is not where to put the stop loss is not my decision. Mm-hmm. It's the chart. Yeah. The chart tells me here's the point that if the price arrives, mm-hmm. reaches to the point, at least is not a trend. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's walking to the side. Yeah. Maybe it will go against my position, but there are few points in the graphic that the price shouldn't stop.
But guys, you know how important is it what you're saying now? that the stop loss is not decided by the trader, but the market tells you the stop loss.
Yeah.
Because most of the people, they think different. They think, how much can I lose? How much do I afford losing? Yeah. How much do you know what? Do you understand me?
Yes, you are talking about.
So I want I'm so those guys that they say, okay, for example, I just deposit my stop loss, my daily stop loss. Yeah. Okay, I'm not against that, but if you are telling that the market decides your stop loss, it's much bigger than that.
Much bigger. Than because and the trader needs to think, I will deposit $100, only $100. That is my stop loss of the day. Okay, but if you have a buy opportunity, and the stop loss have the size, I don't know, 1%, for example, 1%. And the minimum lot, the 0.01, 1% will be 120. You cannot.
So this is completely wrong.
Yeah. You need money to operate. Money is the basic.
Money to trade. Illimar, do you see any connection by the numbers in your company? Do you see any connections of the size of the accounts with the surviving rate?
Yeah, that's great.
That's a really good question. Actually, there isn't. I mean, there are we see successful traders in different segments of the account sizes. So there are successful ones who have a 1,000 account. There are very successful ones who have 100,000 account. And the same thing that there are on the other side, that there are sorry to say that there are very bad traders who have small accounts. There are also very bad traders who have large accounts. So it isn't really there. In terms of the size, of course, somebody that deposits, let's say 10 million, generally he's a smart guy. You can't have 10 million unless he won a lottery. But generally, if it's a bit there that if you go to larger accounts, then generally they know what they are doing more. But on that front, there are also gamblers as well.
But do you see people that put let's put some real number here. People that deposit $100. Usually those people, I don't know if it's possible to answer, but usually those people, they have to make new deposits, or they put 100 and they are good, and they will change this 100 for 105, 110, 120, 130, couple of months, 200. How does it go by the numbers?
So what we see is that generally, those clients that are depositing small amounts, let's say $100, etc., then they take more risk.
That's the point,
because
right?
they think that I'm going to deposit 100. If I take the maximum leverage and the maximum position size, what if I make 500 out of this?
Yes, exactly.
So they try to achieve too many things with too little capital.
Yes, so they take too much risk as well, right?
Exactly.
So imagine $100 and you lose 50. We are talking about 50% of your capital.
And then to go back, you have to actually increase now 100%.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I think this question is very interesting, because I saw a lot of things coming in the on daily basis to our company. So what I see, and when I talk to clients, I try to be very fair and very clear to the clients, and they ask me a lot, what is the minimum deposit? And I said, look, the minimum deposit is $100 for testing. You're going to test our spreads. You are going to test our execution model. You're going to test our liquidity. You are going to test your setup even. If it works, you can increase. Because I don't see that you can let's imagine a very good setup that it makes, I don't know, let's get here 5% a month. It's a lot of money. Okay, how much is 5% on $100? So yes, does it really change the reality of this guy, this trader? That's why I say it's for testing, because if you can make $5 with $100, maybe you can increase and you can make more money with your setup. But if you say to the client that $5 is okay for you in the end of the month, you say no.
Yeah. Bruno.
You get my point about that. So it's they think very different about what is the markets in the end. Yeah. What the markets are, the market is.
Bruno, it is unbelievable, but me and Vasco are one of the few people in Brazil that talks about it, that 5% a month is a lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
It is a lot. We are talking about 100% in a year.
Mm-hmm.
That is something that if you talk to professional traders, they will say like, oh my God, man, you are taking too much risk.
Yes, of course. And
but in Brazil, we see things like put 1,000 and you can leave your job.
No, but that's
face.
why this podcast is very important.
Yeah.
Because this will be recorded for many, many years, and people can see this episode 10 years. And we are talking about that you are not going to make to be rich. You are not going to be rich or to become rich in 1 year trading with $200. I'm very sorry.
I mean, my advice would be like in terms of trading, like how I view trading is it's not like I'm not like really after this money. Of course, money is important, but to me, it's like a challenge in that sense that I like to come out at the end of the day, at the end of the month, at the end of the year with some return,
Mm-hmm.
So this is for me, it's like the most important. And then when it's like profitable, of course, it's very good as well. But most of the ordinary retail traders out there, they think only about the money. So they deposit 1,000, they want to make 5,000. That's what they think. They don't think that, okay, it would be actually great, like if this year after 1 year in an academy, this year I want to make profits, whatever amount of profit is, I want to be profitable.
Mm-hmm.
Because what I've seen over the years, it's also there are different levels. So the first level is actually you have to be able to be break even.
Mm-hmm.
First goal.
To be honest, when somebody comes to me and shows that, listen, here is my trading statement for the last year. I've been trading 1,000 trades at the end of the year. I was break even. To me, this is like a major achievement. It's super result what they have. And then the next level is that you start looking at this 1,000 trade that you made last year, which resulted in break even, and you try to use to find spots where you can improve your trading style or your positioning or your risk management, etc. And then to start making a bit of money, And so it's like this constant evolution and improvement of your strategy. But to your audience as well, my advice first is try to trade and be break even. Not think about profits, try to be break even first.
This is very interesting.
That's
very interesting.
It's a point,
I think goes against the industry in Brazil, because everybody said trade to make money.
Yeah.
Trade to make money. And he said, no, you trade to get the break even.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good.
How long do you think it takes this process? 1 year, 2, 10?
So the good thing now, and I think why your community as well should be really positive, is that so the technology that we have today on the market, free technology as well, let's say trading with the indicators you have there, it's much easier today to become successful.
Listening to people.
In trading.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have a good community that, is comprised of professional traders with good educators like you are, and if you want to put hard work into it, you can become successful in 1-2 years.
Okay.
1-2 years.
1-2 years.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I have seen guys that in 1.5-2 years they trade successfully.
Usually I tell my students, from the moment you start to do right, this including studying, I gave 5 years.
Yeah.
Until you have a decent amount of money that you can think about, okay, maybe I stop my job. It's a whole process of 5 years. But wow, listening from you, perhaps 1 to 2, that's fantastic.
For example, the setups that I have in trading. So if I would share these setups to your audience, I'm sure that some of them will be successful in 1.5 years, because the setups are so simple. And the only thing that they need to learn then is to have discipline in trading. Just wait for this setup and then take the trade, and then you know where the stop loss should be, where the take profit should be. Just wait for this, and then you go to other strategies. Most successful traders, they have not just one strategy, they have a few. So for example, one intraday, one some swing trading, one for longer term where they look at daily or weekly charts, etc. And they combine these strategies on, let's say, one account having the similar style, So, and basically, you can become successful if you have, let's say, 3 to 5 these strategy setups.
Okay.
And what is also interesting, I don't know so much about your community, but every community has is focused on 1 or 2 strategies or setups. So try to learn this setup and then just utilize this in your trading.
You want to talk, Bruno?
Yes, no. I was just thinking about the psychological side. Okay. Because you are talking a lot of things here, and I can understand. But I imagine that we are talking to a guy that is starting or has already started, and telling them that it will take 1 to 2 years. It's very important. It's very important. Sometimes I say to clients, look, are you able to trade on the demo account for 3 months? Because if you're able to trade on demo account for 3 months, it shows you something.
Yeah.
It shows that you have patience. It shows that you waited. It shows a lot of things. Lot of things. Because what people do, they go to demo account, they do 3, 4, 5 trades, they make big profits, and they go to the real account, to the live account.
Yeah. That's the case.
That's the case. So if you have patience to be 3 months in the demo account, it shows you a lot of things. So if you have something that we were talking yesterday, that the strategy that just don't die. You just don't die. So remember, I was talking that to Vasco. Yes. When you start swimming, how do you start swimming? It's very hard, because you are a small child, you have your parents on your side, and you must go to the swimming pool. And you go to have a lot of water in your face, and you are going to cry, and you're going to do a lot of things, and you must move on. You must keep trying. So if you pass through the process, maybe you can be successful swimmer in the end. Maybe you're not going to be Cesar Cielo or Gustavo Borges, but you can swim. So this is very interesting. It takes time. And you must be patient. Yeah. So, and this is something that we don't see in the industry sometimes. People, for example, they fund $200. They are profitable sometimes. They make 500 in profit. They withdraw everything.
Yeah.
And they come back with $100 after that. And they lose $100. So they fund $100 again. And they lose $100. Say, no, I'm still profitable. Yeah. So it's different, when you,
money management, they are very important.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this is something that maybe we can talk about,
So the biggest difficulty for traders is losses. Usually losses. With losses. Yes. Mm-hmm. Did you have difficulty with it?
When you started? First years, definitely. It's emotionally, it puts you down a lot. And but what is also interesting is that I think trading, when you are in such a long time in it, it actually changes yourself as well, psychologically. Yes. And in my case, it has made me much more humble and modest. I have like huge respect for the markets, and I have actually huge respect also for like all the participants, because I always like to say that to me trading is one of the most like it's very interesting career, but it's also very challenging. And I have huge respect for those who have been many years in this business and have survived and have become successful. But emotionally, yes, first years for me were very difficult. And also like my challenge was that I didn't have a lot of people around me. Mm-hmm. So the benefit that your community has as well today is that you have a community. Like if you screw up, and we all screw up from time to time, yes, then you can actually talk to somebody and share your feelings and emotions, and this is like really, really important.
Do you have? I have my last question. Sorry for interrupting.
No.
But I don't know if you can answer us. But we are talking about the losses. What was your big loss?
Eu ia perguntar.
Você ia perguntar isso? Eu tava esperando alguém falar, não é possível que esses caras não vão perguntar.
É porque a gente ia perguntar no bate-bola, jogo rápido, mas a gente pergunta de novo.
Não,
agora eu quero saber.
No, so let's do that.
Now, are we going to talk about big losses or not?
Yes.
And now we will talk about real life.
Real life.
When was the last mistake, or the last shit you did in the market? Do you still do bullshit after so many years of trading?
So what I'm doing from time to time, is I have like certain like trade ideas, and I, which I'm not sure about. And I would say that it's like this 1% of my portfolio, which I which I use for silly stuff.
Yes, exactly.
It's not like silly in that sense that they are silly. It's just that I have this like setup. I have this like one idea about specific trade. I'm not sure about to go into like in the usual size I'm going. So I go to the options market and I buy like let's say one contract of something paying $50.
Yes.
And I just see like, okay, was I right here? Because I write down that, okay, this was my idea. This was the setup. I did it because of XYZ reason. I buy this call or put option. And I see how it plays out, And when it plays out, I go deeper into it and I start analyzing. Okay, but what if like this? There are more of these setups, and I start like analyzing like what else I could do, and maybe do bigger sizes, etc. It's like this 1% experimentation, this portfolio that I have. This is something I do as well.
Em português we say pagar pra ver, né?
Eu vou só falar uma coisa pra vocês também. 1% do portfólio dele é muita coisa, tá?
É coisa pra caralho.
Você tá pensando, 1% eu faço no meu, faz. Quer dizer, você tá fazendo no dele. É grana, viu, filho? Nossa senhora. I wanna know what's the biggest loss. Yeah, but we
are going to cry.
We will ask at the end. Okay, Huda, it's a trouble, my friend. It's a trouble.
So shoot the question.
The idea of open and a broker. You was a trader, né? And was learning, or they really you open a Tickmill in 2020.
Which year was
Tickmill? So Tickmill, before Tickmill, we had another brand. Originally we started in 2011. 11, okay. So we've been like 14, 15 years.
And this idea, where?
How do you decide that?
Came from?
To be honest, it's actually related to trading in that sense that we were trading a lot of that time. So 2008, 2009, 10, like a lot of options. And the problem that we started having was that when after the last financial crisis, when the central banks started printing a lot of money, and they still print a lot of money today, then in some of the options market where we were trading, we were not able to make money anymore. And we started thinking, okay, what else we could do? Because like we could just sit down a couple of years, do nothing, because we had already this, capital from trading, or we could do something else. And we started looking at the brokerage industry. And the value that we had, or we had been trading with many brokers up until that moment. So mostly US brokers like Interactive Brokers, TradeStation, Lind Waldock, MF Global, all of these, RJ O'Brien, ADM, and we knew a lot of like specifics about the brokerage industry, like what did we like with this broker, what did we like with another broker. And the other reason was that so when we look at this FX EFT industry, like so pure forex brokers in 2011, the problem what we saw was that there were like 4,000 or 5,000 brokers out there. In most of these brokers, the euro-dollar spread was 3-4 pips. So when on the futures market, it's 1 pip. So, and you are trading less than one futures contract, so smaller size, so the spread should be lower than 1. And the other thing what we noticed is that the trading conditions in general, so you would open like 5-lot trade, and you would get slippage. So the difference in the price was like 2-3 pips. So not only you pay 3 pip spread, you had the 2-3 pip slippage. And the broker would tell you that, listen, because of market events, because of liquidity, blah, 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 that's why you got slipped. But there was no news. Market was stable, like nothing moved, and we just looked at that there are so much scam and so much like problems in that industry. And the ordinary traders like us get really bad service, like really, really bad service. And that's why in like 2011, we made the decision that like let's enter that space. Let's build like a broker that really, provides high quality service and where the environment is stable, where we actually care for the traders, etc. And eventually it worked out, It worked out really, really well.
Wow. So actually you start your company because you're angry with the market.
To me, like, even up until today, like when I hear stories that, for example, somebody goes to some broker and he doesn't get his money back or his trades are canceled, it's just like, to me, emotionally, it's such a big thing because like I said earlier, trading is one of the most challenging jobs in the world. And how we view our clients is that, listen, they are already, fighting against, some of the smartest minds in the world. Like, you have so much news on the market, so many like movements, so many like risks, etc. And the least what we can do is provide these guys like a very good service. That's the least what we can do, and that's like the kind of mission or motto of our company today. And it comes from just the fact that we are traders ourselves. We know that it's not like a walk in the park there that you just like go in the morning and come out like with 1 million in the evening.
No, it's not an ice cream.
Something, when I joined Tickmill in 2020, I was interviewed by Illimar. And after I was hired, I asked him, look, what are your plans for Brazil or for the Portuguese region? And he told, no, I want that after 5 years, clients can talk good things about Tickmill. No. So there was like in the industry in general, look, you have to make this money, you have to bring these clients, you have these targets here. No, I just want clients after 5 years to talk good things about Tickmill. So it shows a lot.
Pô, that's very, very great. E agora falando em português aqui, ele é bem sincero, né? Às vezes ele dá umas respostas que a gente fala porra, nem nos outros podcasts eu tinha ouvido isso. Né? Ele falar dessa questão que tava tava angry, né? Tava bravo, enfim. Achei bem interessante. Inclusive, I will ask you a good question.
Nice. A good one is nice.
Did you imagine that Tickmill would become so big? You thinking it? Obviously, you don't. Oh, I will initialize a brokerage and will be so bad. No, okay, but did you imagine that will become so big?
No, we didn't, because as we started again, from Estonia, like we just thought initially that hey, let's just focus on these 3 countries, the Baltic states, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, and some Scandinavia as well. And if we do well, like we can get like a few thousand clients, and that's enough. And but what was like strange from the very beginning was that in 27th of January 2012, when we opened the website first time, then the first client didn't come from our region. The first client came from Vietnam.
Wow.
And so we thought that, okay, surely like something is wrong here. I don't know how this guy, like 2 hours after we start, because we started opened the website, we went to Forex Factory. And opened a thread, this broker just started, like, please join, and so somebody picked it up. And 2 hours later, we got the second client. On that first day, we only got 2 clients. And the second client came from Germany. His first name is Alexander. And Alexander still trades with us even today.
Since the day 01.
Since the first day we started.
That's beautiful.
He's professional trader, he's algorithmic trader, he's very successful. He has won, I think 15 times the Trader of the Month award, which he has never accepted. He tells us that, listen, don't call us, don't contact me. I don't want this award. I just want to trade. Thank you very much. Bye. And obrigado.
Yeah.
Obrigado.
I saw in your website that the best traders in the month, you put there the curve, and you do a little interview with them. So you put us in very few words, very precisely, what the profitable traders do and the bad ones, what they also do. And we understood that is basically the opposite. Let me ask you a question. From your experience, which kind of characteristics good traders have? So only today we already spoke about curiosity. We spoke about patience. We spoke about being humble. That we completely agree that all the traders, the good traders, they have these characteristics.
Yeah.
Sometimes more, sometimes less, but everybody has. What else would you add to the soup?
This is if we could get if we could give out like a premio today for the best question, then this is the best question. Actually.
Vasco told me to ask this. Vasco told me to ask this.
Okay, so this is very, very interesting question. You would be very surprised if you hear now what I will have to tell you, that when I meet a trader and I talk 5 minutes to that trader without discussing his strategy at all, just in general talking about the markets, etc., I can already tell if he's successful or not.
Yeah, we can do that.
Because like successful traders, they are like how to explain that they are mostly very calm people. They have a super high level of focus. So they can focus a lot on the things that they are doing. They have a lot of discipline, and they are emotionally, I would say, very stable personalities.
Nice.
Like this this describes most of the successful traders. So somebody that like walks into the room and is just like doesn't know what he's saying or doing, or like is hyperactive, etc., will never be a successful trader. Trading needs all these things what I said, like discipline, emotional stability, extremely high focus, hard work, etc. And this is what I see with all the successful traders.
Do you think, guys, that trading is for everyone?
No.
For sure not.
No.
Look, I think all these qualities you can train.
Of course.
I don't know how
you are not
far-
a perfect person.
I don't know how far you can go,
Uh-huh.
but you can train,
Yeah.
I guess.
I would say that all of these different personalities can become successful if they only follow the strategy what they have. Like if they're like robots, like you have this setup. I can explain, for example, in 5 minutes, like what my setup is to any single trader. And if he follows that strategy, that setup, he can become successful if he's disciplined. The problem comes now from the discipline aspect that most of the people out there, they are not disciplined. So how many guys you know that like wakes up every day at like 7 a.m. If he starts a gym, then he goes every week like 2-3-4 times a gym. If he started the book, then he finishes that book. So in a lot of cases, you see like from all different levels that the discipline is a problem.
Yeah.
Because they have so many other like exciting things around them and distractions, you know. And trading requires to be extremely focused and calm and disciplined. This is what's
Interesting.
Yeah.
Look, how did you see the trading landscape transforming in the next 2-5 years?
I think what I see is that we have more and more this AI entering the space, and I think trading will become more and more automatic. And using also not just algorithmic trading, but in general using AI tools to define and improve your strategies, to look for setups, to improve generally your performance. So, for example, I was very, very surprised that I uploaded a few weeks ago to ChatGPT my last year this track record, and I asked, listen, can you give me an advice, like what else I could do, like what I can improve more, you know? And it gave like this really cool bullet points. Listen, by the way, that like on this instrument, you when you do the trades that are less than like 2 lots, you tend to have higher success rate when you have like larger trades. By the way, in the euro like this pairs, you are very lousy at euro GBP, but you're actually doing quite good in euro dollar, especially in these like time frames, and especially in these like lot sizes. Okay. So it kind of draws your attention. Okay, so euro GBP, I'm not successful. Let's look at this euro dollar. I went back and actually plotted on charts all the trades that I made in euro dollar, and started looking at, actually most of the trades are actually pretty good trades. You know? So
it is obvious you have a journal.
Yeah. So
this is also discipline.
Exactly.
And journal in Portuguese we call diário de trader. Como é importante. Como é importante.
And look, at the search in the ChatGPT, you paste a print, you paste or you.
So I uploaded an Excel spreadsheet, so with all the trades and timestamps and everything. So this is very, very easy. Very easy.
Okay, perfect.
Elemental. It's very important.
So you believe that AI will transform the industry, maybe?
I think those ones who will be able to embrace AI and bring it in some form to their trading, they will become better than others.
Because I saw that the traders, the beginners, or even the advanced traders, they have a lot of information today. Yeah. And choose what to check and what to read is very important, because imagine you wake up and you have a lot of things.
Yes.
So be very selective on what you are going to read, what you are going to analyze, because the day just have 24 hours and you have to sleep, you have to eat, you have to work. So choosing the right tools is basics for the good trader, you know.
I mean, for example, like 2 weeks ago, I just asked ChatGPT that, listen, this Iranian, this possible attack or whatever, you know. I asked ChatGPT that please give me data points that would indicate that this attack would actually happen, you know. And it gave me like a few pages of this links to the articles, etc., where you know, there were indications that something is about to happen. That, you know, when the B-2 bombers from the US left, there were like tons of articles that, you know, the B-2 bombers now are in this Hawaii, now they're here, etc. So this was all in Friday, by the way, and a few hours before the Friday's close, I opened this call options. But I mean, you would not send out a B-2 bomber from Maine in the US. The one plane costs $2 billion. You would not send out like these planes to the other part of the world
to give a tour,
to just go to like Starbucks, buy this carrot cake. You know? it's like you would not send it out. You know?
Yes.
So again, it's basics. You know, it's raining, you get an umbrella. So if the B-2 is flying to Hawaii and after that,
today,
probably something will happen.
I told Vasco today, Vasco, are you taking the suit to the recording? And I was, no, I would go only with a t-shirt. And then I was like, come on, Vasco. I didn't bring my suit to visit Europe. I have to use it. We were using London, okay? I'm saying we were using London. I didn't bring it all the way from Brazil to Europe, you know, just to travel.
Vasco never used a suit. Never use it. Look at him.
But
I use it so much.
He was a lawyer.
On the weddings.
The
He
law,
was a lawyer.
Yeah,
And the law and
so much. Oh my God.
So that's why he doesn't use it anymore. I use it a lot. But in the financial markets, in the beginning, I started working for banks in Brazil. It was like a must-have. You must go suit and tie.
No, but I told him, we don't need the tie. It's fine. Just a shirt and the jacket.
I mean, I said for him, man, look, the audience
knows me using t-shirts.
I used black t-shirt ever. Ever. Nah? And I said, the people should identify with me. The public, the people,
audience.
Yes, our audience. No, it's not watching us with
No, and the word changed a lot, even in banks, actually.
But if I was Illimar, if I was Bruno, you know, I will be, with eu não sei, agora não sei como é que faz essa porra. A shirt, yeah. I think, acho que are different functions, né?
Okay.
Are different jobs here, understand? I need to appear more casually, understand? In spite of you.
But you know something, when you see, for example, in Brazil, a lot of things changed on the bank industry as well. You see a lot of people, you go to Faria Lima during the week, and there are people with shirts and pants and suits.
The same pants,
but it's not like in the past. In the past, they was like with tie and suit every day. It was all the colors. It's very different, actually. You know, on Fridays, it's easy. It changed a lot.
Let me tell you a story.
Changed so much.
Maybe lawyers not.
No, lawyers not.
You see lawyers, yes.
No.
You see lawyers on suit. I go to the lawyers and on suit, sometimes on tie. But the financial industry changed a lot.
I think that should be it.
I had a violin teacher. He just passed away a couple of months ago, Heintaub. He was 99. And he used to live in a neighborhood called Hamata Sharon. So it was 15 minutes walking from the bus station. Completely desert.
Essa história é muito boa.
It's hot as hell. And once I went with shorts. uma bermuda, né? I went with shorts. So I rang the bell. And then he opened. I came in and he was like, yes, how can I help you? And I was like, I came to the lesson, right? $100 lesson.
Yeah.
The first thing I used to do is to pay. He got the money. How can I help you? What are you talking about? And then I was like, I came to the lesson.
This way. Yeah.
This way, dressing that way with shorts. Did you came to a violin lesson using shorts? Are you joking, right? And then I was like, I didn't know if he was joking. I didn't know if he was talking seriously, but he was a 90 years old man. So probably he wasn't joking with me. And then I asked then I understood I wouldn't have a lesson. And I told him, can I have a glass of water before I leave?
I mean, I think, look, I want to share one history with you. When I started working for brokers, my first boss was a guy from Netherlands. And he's still alive, and he's very, very crazy, but a very smart guy. And he said in the first day, so he didn't know the name of anyone. So it doesn't matter your name. You are just a number at that time. So imagine how things changed. I'm talking to you about 2003, 2004.
Yeah.
Okay. And he said, okay, guys, welcome to the bank. Welcome to the trading room. Just to have a point here, everybody will use suit and tie every day.
That's it.
Okay. You are not welcome here if you don't use a suit. And the second thing, we start at 8 a.m. We don't start at 8:05 a.m. or 8:10. We start at 8 a.m.
Oh.
And it's 8 a.m. from my clock, from my watch, not yours. So please, in my watch now, it's 3:45. So please, everybody here. Okay, this was the first day. Second day, we arrived to start taking the course. It was FX, options, futures, everybody. We stayed 1 month just studying with no phone calls, nothing. And in the first day, of course, I was there like 7:40 because I was very afraid of getting fired. I need the job at that time. And 2 or 3 guys arrived 4 minutes later, late 5 minutes. And we are the trading room, the guys knock and say, what? No, I'm coming to... Bye-bye, you are fired.
Oh my God.
You are fired. And the guy said, no, but I got a very good score in the test. I don't give a shit. You are fired. If you don't respect your team, if you don't respect people who arrived here at 7:40, or even the lady that came 6 a.m. to clean this room, you are not able to work in financial markets.
And he's not wrong.
So bye-bye. Wow. And it shows a lot. So, and I don't know, but Wes, I know why. But until today, I'm talking about 20 years ago. And until today, I think the same. For example, we went we went to bed late yesterday. Yeah. I woke up very early today. I was in the office.
Perfect.
I was the first guy. Yeah. And it's not because Illimar. Yeah. It's not because you. It's a setup. In my mind, you wake up early.
Discipline.
You wake up early and you go to the office. Yeah. If you are hungover, it doesn't matter. If you are tired, it doesn't matter. You go to the office. After you arrive at the office, you fix. You get 10 coffees. You know what to do, but you arrive in the office.
Exactly.
And it shows a lot.
And so when I asked him for a glass of water, he told me, you don't deserve.
Yes.
I'm talking about 45 degrees outside, 15 minutes walk to the bus station. 15 plus 15. So it was 30 minutes walk without a glass of water. Look, it sounds tough. And I think if a teacher, doesn't matter, violin, trombone, or trading,
yes.
If a teacher do something like that, he can end in jail. But it made me strong.
That's the point.
So I take a stop. Yeah. Oh, this stop was too big. Oh, yes, it was too big. I did shit. Yeah. That's it. Okay. There is no crying. There is no me. There is nothing. Okay, I did shit. We fix.
We fix. That's it.
So, Illimar, Did you have, as a child, did you have a very tough training as human being? What do you remember?
In general, yeah, very challenging environment for sure. Yeah. So this kind of teach me to work very hard and not really give up. And trading is all about working hard and not giving up. Because every day, even I have like losses and mistakes I make on the trading, so just have to go ahead and work hard and not give up. But this is like the most important thing, I think. Because if you look at a lot of traders out there, then I think that fundamentally every person who is watching this podcast can become successful. Everybody can become successful. It's just the success is not given to the guys who don't want to put in effort and have this discipline.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. So, the Google have a message. A message.
I'm not going to ask Illimar what he thinks about me being the only one wearing a t-shirt here. I'm afraid of the answer.
So that's it, and let's go to the next ask. Go to the next. Look, Illimar, you have a company called Trading Pit.
Yeah.
Trading Pit, galera, é uma prop firm, né? It's a prop trading.
Mesa proprietária.
Yeah. Tô falando em português aqui, já misturando a parada. Mesa proprietária, vocês tudo já entenderam, né? How do you see the future of this market? I see many changes. How do you see this future?
I see that industry the same situation when we entered the brokerage industry in 2011. So that industry is in really early stages. A lot of problematic companies as well. A lot of mistrust. A lot of closures of companies, and this is my kind of attempt to bring more trust and seriousness in that industry, with people that have done successful stuff in the past. But in general, very challenging industry with a lot of changes. It's still evolving, and I think it will be going through a lot of consolidation as well, because simply there are too many companies out there.
Mm-hmm. Oh. And too many scams.
Too many scams.
Yeah.
Do you see a lot of influencers, traders that are influencers that are scam? In Europe, is this a reality?
It's interesting that I have some friends, for example, who live in Dubai, and I have full respect for these guys. But I just see that a lot of these influencers, especially in Europe, they are placed in Dubai. They all have the same Lamborghini videos. Probably they use exactly the same Lamborghini.
They rent one.
It's I know a couple of very successful traders who live in Dubai.
See?
But I think in general, about the influencers, those of you who are watching this now, be extremely careful which guys you are following and which mentors you have. That this is the absolutely critical point. If you choose the wrong mentor, you will never be successful. Mm-hmm. Never. So this point is super important, to be associated and be connected with guys who actually understand what they are doing and who are real guys.
Okay.
So you guys, for example. So you've done it many years. You trade professionally. I don't know if you have a Lamborghini or not.
No.
Vasco has a Lamborghini.
No.
Vasco has something nice.
Tenho uma BMW, que eu não sei nem, é 320. It's
most of the influencers, I would say 99.9% of the trading influencers out there in Instagram or TikTok, they have no success at all.
And even the ones that shows a trading, that shows the platform and with a huge number, like $150,000 in one single trade.
So what we get a lot is that we get influencers contacting us and asking, okay, can you give me like some test account with like 100,000 on it?
It's very normal.
And preferably, can you give me 2 accounts, which means that on one account they go buy euro-dollar, on the other account they go short euro-dollar. And if the euro-dollar goes up, they show this account. If it goes down, they show the other account. So I would I would be very, very careful. And the problem, of course, is that for an ordinary trader out there, how can he choose the mentor who actually provides value?
It's hard
because they all show like this technical analysis. They all show the charts. They all talk the same language. Like how can they choose it? So I think the best way how to choose is to talk to somebody who has been already in the trading industry for some years, and these guys definitely know that who are the top guys.
Okay. Yes, I think the time, as long as better. That's true.
Yeah. Do you have any ask?
No, any question? No.
Any question? No.
It's a very interesting topics here today.
Yeah.
Because it's very hard to talk to someone like you and like Illimar that understands the industry and understands the public.
Yeah.
And we are imagine that we are in the other side of the world. We are Brazilians, and suddenly we are in the other side of the Atlantic Ocean talking about trading and trading industry and brokers. So imagine I was thinking about that now because I was talking about 20 years ago that they started. And how is it possible that we are here today? How the history of our life
this is exactly why I really like trading is that you can't imagine how many people I have connected with over the last years who are traders, like from Malaysia, from Australia, from Japan to Brazil, to the US, Canada, etc. So trading is an opportunity to connect with so many different people across the world and learn about new cultures, etc. It's an amazing world to enter, to be honest.
Well, we have material here to do at least a second and a third one.
Easily. Yeah.
Of course, we want to listen to your strategy. Yeah. Maybe we can do something with our trading room or with the new members that we will get into Tickmill and our trading room. You have some ideas to understand the logical of your strategy. How do you apply? It could be a wonderful masterclass.
Yeah, we have a lot of things to do.
Yeah.
We have a lot of things to do.
You can do things. You can do things.
Look, Illimar, recommend 3 books to us. 3 books can be market, can be Harry Potter.
So the book I like about psychology is from Mark Douglas, Trading in the Zone.
Okay.
It's about this trading psychology. I think it's one of the best books. I like a lot about Market Wizards.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
This is I just love it. Like real traders talking about this how they trade, what they trade, their experiences, etc. And lately, what I am actually reading, and this comes as a surprise to you as well. So I'm reading astrology.
Yeah.
And I know, so for example, the guy that I mentioned yesterday, also the pianist. So he's all about this astrology, that they are trading the financial market, looking at the celestial bodies, how they are, the phases, how they are, what inclination they are at, against each other. And you guys will be really surprised how many traders are out there that have no interest in news or like economic calendar or macroeconomic interest rates or whatever. They just like look at this stuff. And why I'm reading this is that it's like it's not some like bullshit stuff. It's these guys are actually trading successfully.
Yes, it is many times is related to the sun.
Yeah,
that
Everything is connected.
No,
in the end.
that is related to how hot is in one area. That is related to commodities.
Okay.
That is the point.
Yeah.
It's not just
coffee.
about it is Capricorn. No. It's not. It's the effect of what the sun can have in the commodities. It makes price.
You know
It makes
something?
price. It's
what
amazing.
I think those guys also say. I think in the end, the life, it's all about patterns. You saw a lot of patterns in the world, you know. So trading patterns, sun patterns, the nature shows you a lot of things of patterns. So in the end, if you know and if you learn how to read those parts.
Look, 1:30 a.m. we are looking for a reversion in Nasdaq. 1:30 p.m.
It's a pattern. You know, that's it.
One of the guys. So this year, for example, we saw the S&P 500 drop. So one of the guys told me months before that, listen, I don't remember, was it February or March, that this week the S&P 500 will start dropping.
Whoa.
and you go back
Nostradamus.
and it's not that like I can go back to the messages what we were exchanging, and you see that, listen, okay, he told me this week, you check the chart, what the hell is this? The market actually started dropping. He told it 3 months in advance. So like am I crazy, or is it a dream or whatever? So there are like and this illustrates the also the idea that every person out there has specific personality characteristics.
Yes.
And every person should find the advantages that he has, or she has, the edge in some specific area. Like, I don't know whether he likes this astrology, or whether he's like a big producer of oranges in Brazil, that he has an insight into the orange industry, or whether he's in the sugar industry in Brazil, that he understands how the sugar prices are moved, or whether like anything really. Like so what is the, or art, you know, there is a big business in art trading, for example. If you have artistic background, like you can trade art, you can spot the value before others spot the value, you know. So there's so many like interesting levels, and trading is not just like, you know, buying euro dollar now on Bollinger Bands, you know, and selling it. So trading is like everywhere. Like these guys who produce this stuff, they're trading materials who produce this stuff. Of course. So if your father or your neighbor is like big into like, I don't know, water bottling, which is plastic, you know, as well here, that it's like, you can draw so many different ideas on different directions and use it in your advantage. Yeah. That's about trading.
Yes, that's about trading.
That's good. Quer falar para ele do bate-bola jogo rápido?
It's a ping pong now. Like they ask you a question, and the first thing that comes to your mind, you can reply.
Yeah. We'll say, for example, family. Falar, family, I like my family. Tipo, financial markets. It's a great place to make money. Okay. Fast.
Yeah, without thinking too much. The first answer. So, let's start.
So, let's go. Vamos pro bate-bola jogo rápido, então, com o Illimar Mattus, né? Acho que esse é o quadro que vocês estão esperando, inclusive.
I'm so excited.
Vocês estão esperando se eu vou perguntar pra ele quem é a musa do mercado financeiro, né? E eu não sei falar musa em inglês.
Quem é o quê?
A musa, velho.
A musa? I don't know it.
Então, eu também não sei como é que fala, você também não.
Eu sei, mas...
Então, você sabe que você vai fazer, tá? Então, vamos lá, então. Bate-bola jogo rápido com o nosso amigo aqui, Illimar Mattus. Illimar, regret.
Yeah, this is like tough. Yeah.
The first that came in your mind.
A brokerage industry.
It's a regret.
A regret?
It's a regret in that sense that many things that we have done, we could have done differently. So I regret some of the things that the decision making, etc.
Uau!
Ok. Eu falo que ele é muito sincero, vocês não acreditam. Né?
Porra, você falar que a gente poderia ter feito diferente na própria corretora.
O cara tem que ter muita... top.
O cara falando ontem de 25 milhões. Você tá falando assim, não.
A gente poderia ter feito diferente.
Vai se fuder.
Cara, esse podcast tá maravilhoso. Tá muito melhor do que eu pensei.
Family.
Kids.
Ok. God.
Jesus.
Ok.
Financial markets.
Wall Street.
Wall Street.
Wall Street.
Okay. An inspirational trader.
Paul Tudor Jones eating
Mm-hmm.
this crispy chicken in his office in the 80s, and I have a documentary.
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw it.
Usually we ask about the Brazilian president, but I will open it a little bit. Trump.
An enigma, a mystery.
Okay. A strong learning experience.
I would say psychology. Everything is around psychology. So when you realize that a lot of processes and the relationships and it's about psychology, that's a good revelation actually to start learning about this.
Okay, fantastic. An achievement that something that you remember. Achievement.
Kids, family that they are doing well. So that's achievement.
Yeah, fantastic.
Technical analysis is...
So I use only technical analysis. So to me, it's the key. Fundamental as well, but I like more technical.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
I like him.
Yes.
Yeah.
We
Now felt in love now.
Yeah.
Because why not fundamental? Because a lot of the fundamental data that is out there, it's either manipulated or it's not correct. So the markets tell you the real story, the charts tell you the real story.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we have a trader here.
Yeah.
It's nice.
That's it. Yeah.
I'm more excited to the trader than the owner of the Tickmill.
Sorry. Me too. I'm too.
Okay, now tell us the big loss.
So I think the biggest emotionally, I want to say emotionally, the biggest loss for me was in 2008, 15th of October, which was my 30th birthday. And I lost more than $100,000 on that day. My account size was about $1.2 million. I just had my birthday around me with all the friends.
What a gift! What a gift! Que presentão de aniversário.
And why? Because on that day, you can guys go and check 15 October 2008 S&P 500 stock index dropped 10%. And not just that, so it closed the day and the markets opened overnight. It continued dropping. Not in a single moment I could have believed that this index can drop so much. I didn't have this experience before. And emotionally it was very, very challenging because you had on one end you had all the friends around you partying, celebrating, congratulating you. And on another end, iPhone was out there at that time already. So every 5 minutes I was checking the charts and just looked at Jesus.
And the birthday happening.
Man,
it is unbelievable because
it
sorry.
always happen in important dates. It's common.
Yes, that was what I was about to say. It always happens. Like my mother was sick. My father had an accident. It was my birthday. It was January 1st. It always is in the day that cannot be.
Yeah.
It is unbelievable. It just happened.
And then from that point on, so it's not that the market stopped dropping.
Yeah.
So from the October 2008, markets went into March 2009, where on one day when I was in front of this small screen, the S&P 500 at the end of the day showed 666.
Wow. My friends.
Everything is related.
And you can go back and check it. So it actually happened 666 market close. And I remember that my brother Ingmar was on the other side. So we had this proprietary trading firm at that time. And he was on the other side, and I told him that, listen, but what if they will actually close the markets? So there was so much stress on the markets that we just started doubting, but it just can't continue on like this. That eventually this will close the markets because like S&P dropping so much. The world was. I really had this sensation that the world is going to end, and that was the bottom of the stock market for the next 16 years. And from that point on, the next day the market opened, it has gone up and non-stop up until today.
Until today.
Whoa.
Basically.
Okay, let's talk about good things. And the bigger gain.
The biggest gain. To be honest, what's really strange is that sometimes the gains that give you the most let's say rewarding sensation are not the ones that where you earn the most amount of money. So I really liked, for example, this Sunday when I had this call options on crude oil. The signs were there, and so I made on that trade $35,000 over 1 weekend.
Wow.
And which is not the largest profit I have made, but it just was so exciting because I read all the signs correctly. The signs were there. I read the signs.
Yes.
I took the decision 2 hours before the Friday's market closed to buy this position. If the market would have dropped, I would have lost around 25,000 on that trade. But on the contrary, I made 35,000.
Amazing.
But in terms of maybe some of the larger trades, so 2 years ago I traded a lot of orange juice. I made more than 1 million on the orange juice trade, which to you guys should be very close because Brazil is the biggest producer. Thank you guys for supporting the market. And on that trade, that also the money is not so important. But what was so important to me was that again I read the signs. I put in an effort. I talked to some of the producers here in Spain because Spain actually is a very large producer of oranges as well. They kind of confirmed my thesis to me that it's not the end of the world. They have enough stuff. And this made me quite happy about it. So like you see that to me it's not the most important the money you lost or won. It's rather the challenges and the decisions, and if the decisions are right, And
Vasco is amazing. When we talk with traders, in the end we never talk about money. Money, it is part. It comes into the conversation, but
it's never about money.
It's not about the money. It's not the main dish.
Yeah, exactly.
That's amazing. The trader that doesn't stop, that don't use stop,
is
It's just I will paraphrase this. a guy that so there is a rainstorm outside. It's pouring rain, and the guy that goes out without an umbrella, like how do you call this guy?
Yeah.
That's how we call the guy,
Yeah.
So
Okay. Not
or
as much.
the guy that enters the bus that is going from Sao Paulo to Rio de Janeiro. I think you have some buses.
Uh-huh,
Yes.
Okay.
And right at the time when he enters the bus driver tells him that, listen, today the bus doesn't have brakes, but you are welcome to enter the bus. And the guy enters the bus. So that's like how they call that guy.
Fantastic.
Fantastic, yes.
Yeah, fantastic.
Fantastic.
Maybe the trader who doesn't use the stop loss, fantastic.
A smart guy, you know.
It's a very, very different, fantastic man. Brazil. What do you think about Brazil?
Carnival and Samba.
Oh my God.
We need to invite him to Brazil to show
my friend.
if everything is carnival or we have different things there.
What are we doing wrong?
Illimar, if your chart has only one button for S&P, buy or sell,
What do you click?
Right now, like
Right now.
right now, today.
Okay, so I think so S&P is at the level where we will probably go 200-300 points higher. So I would rather buy right now.
Okay, and gold?
Gold.
Just one, guys. Just one.
sorry, Vasco.
Gold. I'm short now. I have tactical short, which I opened actually today, because I think technically it's a very promising weak setup. Like something can fall off hard, but very tight stop loss.
Good.
Man, that's it. Pessoal, é isso. Cara, que episódio
Que show, né, Bia?
top, assim. Eu tô pra te dizer que é um dos melhores episódios disparado do podcast. Muito bom mesmo, muito bom.
Obrigado.
Obrigado, né? Obrigado a nós. Bom dia. É muito engraçado que esse bom dia dele. Pessoal, assim, sinceramente, eu acho que esse episódio traz tantas lições para nós que é como um bom livro. Você precisa ler uma vez, depois você precisa ler 2 vezes, depois 3 vezes. E a 4ª vez que você lê, parece que você tá lendo algo diferente. Fala, eu não lembro de ter visto isso aqui nas 3 vezes anteriores. Ou seja, é um episódio para você assistir não só uma vez, mas marque ele no seu favorito aí, inclusive, do YouTube, para você assistir sempre. Sempre. Eu acho que é um dos poucos episódios que eu vou me assistir, porque eu não gosto de me ver. Eu fico apontando um monte de defeito e tal. Eu falo, então, para não apontar, eu não vou ver, né? E se você, inclusive, gostou desse episódio, compartilha isso naquele grupo de traders que você tem no WhatsApp, que você tem no Discord, enfim, que tem um monte de maluco, tá? Manda lá, porque isso aqui vale ouro, tá? Se você gosta de alguém no mercado financeiro, se você gosta de um outro trader, quer que ele tenha minimamente a possibilidade de aprender algo com um trader tão experiente, com tanta experiência, que tem uma corretora internacional, né, tão grande, né? Ou seja, ele consegue ter uma mente, vamos assim se dizer, muitas vezes um pouco mais ampla do que a nossa, né? Então, quero agradecer primeiro o Rudazito. Rudazito, até que enfim, né? Primeiro episódio que ele agora mandou bem, né? Só porque tem um gringo aqui, ele sentou o bet. Excelente, obrigado, viu, cara?
Você falou?
Obrigado por ter vindo.
Ajuda aí, cara.
Não, de verdade, obrigado por ter
agradeço,
vindo aí. A sua participação nesse episódio foi importantíssima.
Tamo
Importantíssima. Não seria o mesmo sem ti.
Vai, Corinthians.
Tamo junto. Nossa, vai Corinthians.
Vai acabar com o episódio, hein?
Agradecer o Bruno Huertas pela participação, pela possibilidade de ter trago a gente aqui, né? Inclusive, se nós estamos aqui hoje, pessoal, sendo bem sincero, é por causa do Huertas, né?
Total.
Ele enxergou, né, no podcast o intermediário para trazer essa mensagem para vocês, né? Para trazer algo tão inédito para nós, né? Que é poder bater um papo com o fundador de uma corretora e que antes de ser o fundador de uma corretora é um trader, tá? É isso. Illimar, thank you, man.
Thank you for having us. Like, really pleasure. Like, and hope we could provide some value for your viewers and for your community. So always pleasure to talk to other traders. Thank you very much.
Well,
Obrigado.
Thank you very much.
Obrigado.
Next stop is record in São Paulo with Illimar there.
Go. So, come on.
Let's go.
Okay.
The invitation is here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vasco Spain.
Yeah. That's not the problem. Come on. Yeah.
Money is not the problem.
No,
so,
no, it's a solution.
That's what I
Né?
like. That's why.
You're welcome.
Okay,
Pessoal, é isso. Até o próximo episódio. Valeu. Tamo junto. Obrigado. Tchau, tchau.